Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this Raw review and opinions video. So, put simply, this was a go-home show. Even though there was some interesting matchups, none of them really mattered. We did get a tag title match, but I didn't think the titles would change hands. There was a nice moment during the match, though, where I think, wasn't it, Eric had to break up a pinfall near the end. That was a pretty fun spot. But really, I didn't expect the tag titles to change hands. And actually, the JD moment really just meant that for the vast majority of that match, I just wanted it to end. I was like, can we just end this? Can we get this guy some medical attention? And so, yeah, maybe it would have been better without that. Sometimes you can get botches that actually make matches better, which sounds weird. But sometimes when you see something's gone wrong and it looked pretty brutal, but they carry on and both people look fine, it can actually add to a match because you're still reacting to what you've just seen, and you're right there. You're right into the action. You're hooked, right? I'm thinking Undertaker, WrestleMania 25, when he came down like vertically and almost broke his flipping neck, but thankfully didn't. And, you have that moment where you're like, what have I just seen? And they're showing replays of it, but both guys are fine and the match continues. To me, that wasn't a botch that made the match worse. It made the match better because I just saw something I wasn't meant to see. And he was very fortunate to escape with no serious injury. This one, I mean, it's different. He smashes his head off the commentary table and whips his neck back and smashes his shoulders into the edge of the table. Like, you could tell he wasn't right after. You could tell that he was, like, still knocked silly. I mean, he was trying to carry on. He was trying to dig deep, but, even Michael Cole kept pointing out that there was times when he was outside the ring, when Dominic was in the ring, where he wasn't even standing on the ring apron. He was just like... I really hope it's okay. There's been no update at the time of recording this, but I would say that definitely took the momentum out of the first match. So you lot scored that good 98%. Xavier against Ray, you said, was good 95%, but it was really just about Xavier's family wearing those New Day Sucks shirts, which was a fun little moment. Bianca and Naomi against Liv and Raquel. I thought there were some moments in this that were pretty good, actually. You lot said it was good 91%. I would say it was better than that. But Liv, Raquel winning probably points to a feud, a rematch, a title match. So maybe a bit of progression there, right? Gives Liv something to gloat about. And then our main event, crowd were really quiet for this. Sami against Drew. I'm a big Sami fan. I had no desire to see this match. Drew gets the win. He's now 11-0. I'm sure it's built into some sort of story, but I didn't need this. I didn't need this. I know that Drew cheated, but I didn't need this, right? And then we got that promo, that Cody CM Punk promo, which has really divided opinion, right? I'm in the camp of it wasn't very good. If you liked it, I'm really pleased for you, right? Because brilliant. I hope everyone enjoys everything they see from WWE. But for me personally, I just thought it was a load of waffle. It was a load of nothing. I sort of felt like they were trying to get angry at each other, and I don't believe they are angry at each other. They were like trying to get kind of like heated and worked up. But there's not really any reason for them to act that way. And there was a couple of lines in there where Cody's like, we were chasing you, but now you're chasing me. And, did that hint at a potential heel turn coming? Because, I don't know. I mean, everyone's chasing him as the champion. It was a line that didn't really needed to be said, He could have just come out and said, good luck. Good luck. If you win, I'll see you at WrestleMania, because I certainly know I'll be getting the better of Kevin Owens. It did sort of feel like they were just trying to manufacture some heat, some tension. I just wasn't buying it. I just didn't believe it. Probably the best line I heard was that one at the end, which was about, I hope you win, because I want the best in the world to know he's not the best in the world anymore. Which is fine. It's not a great line. I mean, it's fine. But it was not worth the 8 minutes of waffle that I had to sit through before it, right? So I was not feeling that final promo at all. I was ready to I quite happily could have packed this show up as soon as that haluva had landed. And I quite happily could have shut and ended the stream there and felt like I didn't miss anything. I thought the opening promo was better between Seth Logan and Gunther. I feel like Gunther, I think the dynamic works better. Gunther's a heel. Seth is a face. Seth is, you know, talking to Gunther. I mean, this is a test for Gunther as well. Gunther has faced a lot of great talent, but has he ever faced anyone quite on Seth's level? You know, he's faced Jey Uso, but Jay's not a former world champion. He's faced Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn's not a former world champion. He got the belt from Damian. It's questionable as to whether Damian's like world champion level. You know, Damian got that belt because of a Money in the Bank cash-in. So, you know, this is going to be a big test. Actually, when Gunther did face someone of that caliber, Cody, he ended up losing. So I actually really don't mind the Seth Gunther match at WrestleMania. If that's the direction we're going in. We don't know. Obviously, Logan came out, got loads of heat. Loads of heat. Don't know what you're going to do with him. But, you know, rumors are he'll end up facing Gunther at some point. So, is he an outside shout for the Rumble? I hope not. But there's no word on the street that we're going to end up getting Cody and CM Punk. So really, that also hurt that promo because I don't know about you, but I'm not expecting Cody CM Punk at WrestleMania. Everything has said it's going to be Cody versus Cena. I'm sure we will get Cody CM Punk at some point. But as of right now, just another reason why I didn't need that promo. So, none of the matches massively delivered. Opening promo was okay. Ending promo didn't need. The Drew, Paul Heyman stuff was throwaway for me as well. Loads of people announcing they're going to be in the Rumble, which is fine. But equally, I'm all right with them not doing it. And I'll just, you know, have more surprises. Who's it going to be now? Honestly, I think this was better than SmackDown. SmackDown, I thought, was a very frustrating show. I found myself getting frustrated. I don't feel that level of frustration here. But equally, I can't give this anything more than probably a 6, and that is being kind. It's probably more 5.75, 5.5, if I'm being honest. It's probably more around that range. But it's a go-home show, and that's fine. We don't expect these to set the world on fire, so I am going to put that asterisk in, right, next to it at the end, that it's kind of to be expected. So that was my thoughts. Let's get to your thoughts. So 7 Days a Week said, I would say that the first hour of the show was very good, with a lot of funny segments and a great tag team championship match. But from then on, it kind of slowed down until the main event when the show picked up again. The Punk Cody segment was something. Yeah, it's really interesting because honestly, we are going to read people saying they really loved it. And they really enjoyed the promo. And as I said, that's brilliant. I really want people to enjoy it. And we don't all have the same opinion. So if you loved it, brilliant. But there's definitely people out there that are like, didn't need that. It really has divided opinion, you know. Wrestling fans, since day one, we are moving away from these attachments, right? But obviously that message hasn't quite got out to everybody yet, so I'll just mention it when we get them. We want to move away from these so we can try and get to as many comments as possible, right? So Cody CM Punk promo at the end was bad. I could go lower with my score. So Raw gets 6.5s from wrestling fans since day one. Beginning promo was flat for me personally. Sami CM Punk need that match. Judgment Day War Raiders was a good match. Ray versus Xavier didn't like the match, but Xavier's family turning on him was crazy. That was a good moment, that was. Jey Uso, yeet. Bianca and Naomi versus Liv and Raquel. Didn't expect Liv and Raquel to win. It just sets up a rematch, doesn't it? Drew versus Sami. I was just too distracted about the 2K25 news. That did sort of suck as well, actually. I do feel like there was a big chunk of this that was just an advertisement for 2K25, you know? I'm not bothered by the game. I don't play the game. It's of no interest to me. So the cover reveal is not some big deal to me, but it is to others. I have to respect that. I have to appreciate that this is a big deal. Do you know what we're going to have to go through now, though? Everyone getting their rating revealed and then reacting to it. As if it matters. As if it matters. As if someone's... I don't even know whose opinion it is, but some boomer at 2K sits there and decides what number everyone's going to be. And then we have to sit and act like it matters, like it means something, when it means absolutely nothing. So if you're not too keen on the 2K25 stuff, just know you've got that coming next. Mark said, the ending segment confirms CM Punk is winning the Men's Royal Rumble match, says Mark. Titan Talk said Cody Punk felt like they were waiting for something big to happen, but it just never came. Should have been at the start of the show. I'm going to go a solid 6.5 for the show, said Titan Talk. Thug-ish, rug-ish, mudfish said fun show, but I need days to have a full breakdown of everyone shown in the crowd as celebrities. You need me to have a full... Well, there was Little Yachty. Love Little Yachty. He's got lots of boat-themed tracks. There's 2 Chainz. Yeah, 2 Chainz. Love that guy. There was... Who else was there? There was Quaver. He came down with Jey Uso. So that was really fun. And who else? Was there any other boomers? Oh, Kai Cenat was there. Yeah. Everyone's favourite YouTuber. Apparently, Kai Cenat. That's what was it? WrestleVotes called him, like, YouTuber. So, yeah, you know, I could go down through, like, all their albums and everything, but I think I would... Thuggish, ruggish, mudfish, I think I would lose you, to be honest. I think I'd lose you. Like, it's quite intense. So, we'll park that for now. Robert said, I think there are too many cooks in the Netflix kitchen. They obviously want certain people on the show, and Triple H has to continue to work with that. It does get rough after a while. Emmanuel said, Dom match 7. The fight JD still had after that hit. Wow. Ray match 6.5. Official New Day Sucks shirts. Amazing. Yeet. Liv match 7.5. It was better than expected. Glad that Queen Liv won. Paul message 3 out of 10. Stumbled. He did, didn't he? Paul Heyman. He did stumble. Sami match 4. It sucked the first time and it sucked this time. And Cody, boring. Overall, 6. Yeah, you and me are really... Honestly, I'm right there with you. Alan said it was a decent show. It was a very strong go-home feel ahead of the Rumble. 6.5. Still the second best show of the week after NXT. NXT really is getting a lot of people's juices flowing. They really are putting out a good product at the moment. Alan said, decent show. Oh, yeah, we read that one. Mitchell said, I didn't mind some of the matches, but the promos just weren't there for me. JD really earned my respect after finishing that match after the bump. I have no idea what the Cody Punk promo was supposed to accomplish. They need to fix the pacing of the ads as well. I'm going to go 6.25. That's, yeah, we're very close. I was more 5.7, 5.6. You was more 6.25. Babs the Barbarian said, I like the Punk Cody segment, but it was so far, I think the Netflix era has been okay, but not great. I'm about a 6. Production and drones are great. Looking forward to SmackDown and then the Rumble. Thanks, Daze. Thanks, Babs. I feel like a lot of us are around that 6 range. Seth Gogards said, love that CM Punk Cody segment at the end. So many potential Mania matchups that I want to see. Penta Breaker tease was cool. That was cool. The tag match was wild with the bump that JD took. The Great One said, this Raw was meaty with not much fat on it. I loved it. And I also learnt the lesson of making sure to see the credits before calling it a night. So almost missed the promo. Thought that the Drew match was the end. That is true, actually, because after the Drew match, they did put up like a Georgia. So it did feel like the credits when it came up, like this was filmed in Georgia. And it was kind of like that's the end of the show. And then we just went back to Cody, who was kind of slumped in the corner. I got to tell you, like for those that have the commercials, this is going to be controversial. I think you're getting the better show because I am so confused without commercials. I never quite know what is the show and what isn't the show. And there's parts of matches that go quite slow. And then there's parts where the screen will fade to black, right? And then it will just come back on again. And that's because people that go to commercials have gone to commercial. But we still get that fade to black, but then it just comes back. And I saw someone comment about that. Someone that doesn't watch much wrestling was like, I was watching the wrestling the other day and it kept fading to black on screen. What's that about? And to them, it was like a problem. It was like, why does it keep doing that? And it is weird. It is weird. And then there's bits where like Kai Cenat made his way down to the ring And that kind of felt like an interesting moment. So I was pleased I got to see that, because he's obviously a big name. But then I found out you lot were at commercial break for that bit. But then when Paul Heyman was walking down, and I don't think he had any entrance music or anything, he was just walking his way down. Like, he wasn't waving or doing anything. Like, there was nothing like that. He was just walking down to the ring. Apparently that was on TV for everyone to see, and that didn't feel that interesting. That just felt like we'll come back from the break and Paul will be in the ring, you know? But everyone was telling me, no, we're watching that. I never know if we're is it show, is it like a bit of unseen bit. It would be quite good, actually, if there was just something that they could put in to kind of differentiate between the two or something. I don't know. I don't know what they could do. Maybe, I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird watching it that way. And to think, I mean, maybe I'll just get used to it, but it is just really strange. Christopher said, I'm going to give it a 6. It was a go-home show, to be fair. I expected it to be okay. Gunther Seth segment was good till Logan came out. The matches were a bit flat. Penta Bron tease, I'm down for that. End segment was boring. Royal Rumble will be awesome, though. Duke's Wrestling said 6.5 for me. I thought that the match quality was pretty good. I wasn't expecting Cody Punk segments, and now my excitement for the Rumble is off the charts. I don't think Punk is winning, though, but it was still a great segment. El Patata, shout out to you, said Cross just wants Seth to stop with zesty attires. Woods match way too long and had no interest. Logan Seth telling us they're entering the Royal Rumble for 15 minutes. Io Bailey made the show. Jay Uso's entrance Z. Drew cheating is nothing new. Another save from Cody. Another one. I think Cody and Kevin are in feud, not sure. 2 women's segments involved. Dom and Chad rating 3. Also, JD McDonough. A 3, really, that is low. So you really didn't enjoy it. Simeon said that end segment was fire. J Omega said the Cody Punk promo was amazing. Skip Drew Sami because I've seen it so many times. Opening promo was amazing. Liv and Raquel are about to get that push. This episode made me more excited for the Rumble. Saw Penta twice, so double points. 12 out of 10 for Penta, said J Omega. Luke said, nice show, wasn't too bad, was a few fun moments, Woods' family, Drew Heyman, but the ending was a bit mid. Basically told me, personally, Punk's winning the Rumble. I actually think they want you to think that, and I don't think that's what's happening. That's what I believe. I think that they've done that segment for the purpose of making you think that they're building to that match, only for it to not go that way. Again, I have to stress the rumors for WrestleMania, Roman versus Punk, Cody versus Cena. If they want you to not see that that's the direction they're going, then this was likely the main reason why we did that promo, was exactly to achieve that. Make people think that Punk's winning it. Matthew said, good go-home show, and I will see very great women's tag team champions in Raquel and Liv. Very interesting short segment, Io and Bailey. Match of the night is the tag team championship match between War Raiders and JD. TJF said, I hope they push Zelina. Go-home show, what was expected, 5 out of 10. Couldn't stay in the chat any longer. Done with the crybaby Chiefs. Blood in, blood out. Yeet. Nishi said, it was an excellent episode of Raw. Promos were great. Matches were awesome. Royal Rumble has never been this hot before. I'm expecting some great feuds, great stories to emerge out of the Rumble. 10 out of 10. Raw of the year thus far. Really? Las Vegas Matt said the go-home show to one of the 4 major shows usually don't offer a lot, and tonight was no different. Spots in front of the new announce table need to change. Penta versus Braun is a good setup. Wyatt 6 package for 2K is available. Characters show up once a month for a promo. 6 out of 10. Muggsy said, I thought it was a mid-show, but there was a few things I liked. The War Raiders versus Judgment Day was solid, and that bump on the table for JD looked like it was going to put him on a stretcher. He's a beast for continuing. Ray versus Xavier was okay. Drew Sami match of the night, 6.5. Taker 1990 said Raw was great due to Xavier's family segment. Raw was 1,000 times better than the Raw before Survivor Series. Unfortunately, I was there. I don't even remember it. Do you think Jade will return at Mania instead of the Rumble in order to cost Bianca a title win? That would be great, but I don't know. Can we really keep her off TV that long? That's a long time. I mean, that's not until April. So, I mean, that means another couple of months off TV. Although she's been off TV a couple of months already. So, I mean, it's maybe not impossible, but don't know. I think I'd be more tempted to bring her back before. Briggsy said it was a good show. I'm going to go 6.5. Sami versus Drew was good, and so was the opening tag match. Cody Punk segment was kind of odd, but I get what they were going for, and I don't think it landed. Good show, nonetheless. Jazz said, what a go-home show. Seth and Gunther promo cooked until Logan killed it. I thought the matches were pretty decent, apart from Ray and Woods. Not really interested in that. Cody Punk, man, their promos always feel deep. Burn, burn, burn. 9 out of 10. Dean said Raw was okay. As you said on the live stream, it's a go-home. However, there was a few great matches. I thought that Sami Drew was a great match. And I thought that Cody CM Punk promo was strange. Love the stream, though, and I'll see you tomorrow for NXT. Dean, thank you, my friend. Dean's always so supportive. I really appreciate it. JDS said, it seemed like a good show, despite few okay moments. I've noticed during the moment when Cody said, who's going to be the guy right after the Rumble, I heard people chanting Rock in the crowds. Well, who knows what's going to happen after Rumble weekend. So 4.5 out of 10 for me. Alex said, good Raw. Beginning promo fell flat. War Raiders versus Judgment Day was fire. Xavier's family turning on him was fire. Dominic helping Liv and Raquel win was fire. Penta vignette was fire. Sami should have won. Ending promo was fire. 8.5. Chris said, hello, Daze. Hello, Chris. Says, for a go-home, it was all right. 6.25. Didn't really feel the need for that ending. I mean, it just felt a little off. I was actually thinking of going with CM Punk for the Rumble, but instead I went with a long shot main event, Jey Uso, plus 1,900. Why not? Why not? He could, do you know what? It's not a bad shout because he could win it and then choose Gunther again. You know, he's 3-0 down, and we could spend the build towards WrestleMania of Jey, like, training himself. Do you know what I mean? Getting ready for WrestleMania for Gunther. It absolutely could go that way. Gio DeFio said the show wasn't bad. I enjoyed Bianca Naomi versus Liv Raquel, and I didn't mind the ending segment. This was a better show than I expected for a go-home show, to be honest. 7 out of 10. Raymond said, Daze, I thought tonight's Raw was very good. Matches were excellent. Cover for 2K25. Roman Reigns looks fire. I really enjoyed Raw tonight. I would rate it an 8. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, buds. Tony said, someone check on JD's head. That was brutal. Daze, get your boy Sami and his Radio City Rocket high kicks because he's wilding out. It was okay. Not bad. Not good. 6.5. I know. He's gone rogue. He has gone rogue. There's not much I can do, to be honest. I mean, he's just haloovering anything in sight, really. And I'm kind of down for seeing where it gets him. We've tried being the good guy, and it didn't quite work. So now we're just going to haloover whatever we can and see how that ends up. The wrestler said, I think that every performance after the JD injury was somber. Paul looked upset. Punk and Cody very somber. I hope that JD is okay. God, you got me worried now. Toby said, didn't think it was as bad as some, but did feel a bit all over the place. As per the end, it's going to be an interesting dilemma when the main four for Mania, Cody, Punk, Cena, Roman, all faces and split the crowds. It makes me think Logan Paul will have to be in the mix for heat, says Toby. Kelly says, it was an okay show. The big talker for me is JD hitting his heads. I'm not a JD fan at all, but I've got a lot more respect for him finishing that match. And he kept getting hit in the head. Maybe they will work it into a storyline. He could come back with amnesia and think our truth really is in the Judgment Day. Anyway, I hope he'll be okay. Nothing else really blew me away. Drew cheated to beat Sami. Sami this time gives a haluva kick to Cody. First time is an accident. Second time, questionable. Third time, heel turn. But who will be on the receiving end? Jay, question mark? And it's all Carrion's doing. I'll give it 6. Ultraman said Raw sucked a big bag of grade A horse. Boop. Nothing exciting. Xavier's mom. Crybaby Seth. Drew fruit roll up. Bromance in turmoil. What we doing, H? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Bromance in turmoil. That's true. That's not why I tune in. Ryan said last segment with Cody and Punk was very good. Lots of seeds planted all over the place. I feel Sami is going heel. Maybe forming a faction with KO and Drew. Women's division getting crumbs on Raw, but still a 7 show. We are running out of time here. I thought it was a decent episode tonight. I didn't like how Netflix cut to an ad break after Sami haluva kicked Cody, though. One more. Metal Mama, 6 out of 10. Tonight's WWE Raw on Netflix was alright. Last few weeks have been fast-paced and smooth, but tonight felt a bit off. Not bad, just not quite the same vibe. Maybe it's the Royal Rumble hype this weekend. Always love watching Naomi and Bianca though. The Logan segment, total vibe killer, lol. I also feel bad for USA viewers who missed out on Kai Cenat's entrance during commercial. He's such a big deal here. That felt like a misstep. If anyone's curious, I've been posting all the US commercial misses. Braun entering was a dub. CM Penta was cool, but man, some of the segments felt so long, even for this boomer. Oh, and Xavier's family siding with Ray. That was wild. Loved the match, though. Seeing them troll him with those New Day suck shirts was great, especially Ray rocking one after. Sad to hear that Zelina is moving to SmackDown, but happy at the same time, so that we will still get to see her. Thanks for the watch along. Thank you for the support. I know that Metal Mama wasn't feeling brilliant tonight. I saw her saying earlier that she might not be able to do some of the tweeting and whatnot. But, yeah, appreciate the support as always, buds. So, this is where we are. Again, quite a surprising result. I mean, honestly, I can't get... this SmackDown from a few days ago genuinely might be my least favourite wrestling show I've seen this year, right, so far. And it's not that long. I mean, it's only January. But you guys were way more into that than me. Way more into that than me. Saturday night's main event, I had a great time with. Really enjoyed it. No problem. I feel like that's high as well. But, I mean, we've had 100 votes. You lot really seem to enjoy it. I mean, I personally, around 6 range would be good. The way I look at it, and we all have different parameters, I look at that as being like 5 and below. Like, if something's going to be like a 4 point something, it's a bad show, innit? I can't really spin that any other way. 4s, 3, that's a bad show. I'd say like 5 to 7.5, something like that. That sort of range. Greats would probably be like 7.5 to 8.5, something like that. I think like great is... You know, you're really getting into a sweet spot, and then all time would be like 8.5 or 8.75 to 10. That's very rare we get that high. Very, very rare. So for me, you know, this being like, what, 5 to 7.5, I'm very much in there. I'm very much in that range. So that's kind of how I break it down, but your system might be a bit different to mine. I suppose like we all operate on a slightly different system, but I don't see that. And actually, the comments don't even really feel like they reflect this split. So it'll be interesting to see how this kind of shakes out. But for a go-home show, it looks like you lot enjoyed it. So there we go. That was Raw then. Appreciate it as always. Obviously, we're back later with NXT. And hopefully, see you again next time. Bye for now.